Welcome to Funimation 3D, kids and family cartoon, where Vietnamese legends come alive in a world of color and imagination. Today, we'll journey deep beneath the waves to discover the legend of Long Vương, the Dragon King, ruler of the seas and protector of humankind. Long ago, when the world was still young, mountains were newborn and rivers had just begun to flow. The land and the sea were wild and untamed. In the deepest heart of the Eastern Sea, there stood a radiant palace made of coral, pearls, and shimmering jade. Its towers glowed with light from the ocean floor, and schools of fish danced like rainbows around its gates. This was the kingdom of Long Vương, the mighty Dragon King. His body shimmered with golden scales that reflected the light of 1,000 suns. His long whiskers flowed like waves, and his eyes were bright as twin stars. He ruled not only the seas, but also the rain, the tides, and the storms. His roar could shake the heavens, and his kindness could calm the fiercest tempests. The people who lived along the coast respected and loved him. They believed that when he smiled, rain would fall gently upon their fields, and when he grew angry, waves would rise to warn them. To them, he was not only a god of the sea, but also a guardian of life. One year, the world above suffered a terrible drought. The rivers dried up, the rice fields cracked, and the forests turned brown. The sun burned the earth mercilessly, and the cries of hungry children reached the heavens. The Jade Emperor looked down from his throne of clouds and said, "Only Long Vương, ruler of the seas, has the power to bring rain to the people." Deep below the waves, Long Vương heard the desperate prayers of humankind. He felt sorrow fill his heart like rising tides. Climbing to the highest tower of his palace, he called for his 4 sons, the dragon princes of the north, south, east, and west seas. When they appeared, their bodies glowed with brilliant colors, one blue as the sky, one red as coral, one green as jade, and one silver as moonlight. "My sons," said Long Vương, his voice deep and calm, "the people above suffer. Rivers are dry and fields are dying. We must help them. Go forth and gather the clouds." The dragon princes bowed deeply. With a mighty roar, they rose through the sea, spiraling upward through the waves. The ocean opened as they flew into the sky, each dragon carrying mist and water with them. Their long tails drew trails of light across the heavens. When they reached the clouds, they danced through them, beating their wings and twisting their bodies. Soon the sky darkened, and thunder began to rumble. The first drops of rain fell gently on the thirsty earth, followed by torrents of cool, life-giving water. Rivers filled again, rice sprouted, and people laughed and cried with joy. They lit incense by the sea and called out their thanks to Long Vương. But in the mountains far away, a jealous spirit named Hoa Tin, the fire demon, saw what had happened and grew furious. He loved the dry lands and burning heat, for fire was his power. "So the Dragon King dares to weaken my flames?" he growled, his eyes glowing red. "I will show him the strength of fire." Hoa Tin rose from his fiery cave, summoning storms of flame that scorched the forests. Then, one terrible night, he hurled fire meteors into the sea, turning water into steam and shaking the ocean floor. Coral palaces cracked, and frightened sea creatures fled in panic. From his throne, Long Vương felt the pain of his realm. His golden scales blazed with light as he rose in fury. With a roar that split the waves, he burst from the ocean and faced the fire demon above the clouds. "Hoa Tin!" thundered the Dragon King. "Why bring chaos to the world?" Hoa Tin sneered, his body surrounded by burning wind. "Because the world belongs to flame. I will dry your seas and turn your dragons to ash." Then began a battle so fierce that the heavens trembled. Fire met water. Steam and lightning filled the sky. The ocean rose like mountains. The volcanoes blazed like suns. Fish and birds fled. Even the clouds hid their faces. Long Vương unleashed torrents of rain and called lightning to strike the demon. But Hoa Tin burned brighter and brighter, his flames fueled by hatred. The two clashed for 7 days and 7 nights. Finally, with a mighty roar, Long Vương summoned the strength of the entire ocean. A colossal wave rose higher than the clouds and crashed upon Hua Tin. The demon screamed as water quenched his fire, and he fell back into the earth, trapped beneath a volcano where he would remain forever. The seas grew calm once more. Long Vương descended into the depths, exhausted but triumphant. The ocean palace glowed again, and sea creatures returned to their homes. From that day on, peace was restored to both sea and land. When the people heard of the Dragon King's victory, they offered songs, dances, and lanterns that floated on the waves. Children folded paper dragons and sent them into the wind to thank him for his kindness. Long Vương watched from below, his great heart filled with pride and affection. He turned to his sons and said, "The people above have suffered much. Let us give them a gift, so they may remember the bond between sea and land." He opened his claw, and from it shone thousands of tiny lights. They floated upward like stars, settling gently into oysters near the shore. When the shells closed, the lights became smooth, shimmering pearls. "These," said Long Vương, "are the tears of the dragons, gifts of love, wisdom, and purity. Whoever finds them must remember to honor the sea and protect life." Years passed, and generations came and went. But the people never forgot the Dragon King. Whenever thunder rolled, they said it was Long Vung's dragons flying joyfully across the sky, calling the rain to bless the earth once more. Fishermen prayed to him before each journey, asking for calm waters and a safe return. Children played on the beaches, building tiny dragon castles in the sand and dreaming of the golden palace beneath the waves. And deep below, in the endless blue, the Dragon King still ruled his ocean realm. His golden body shimmered in the soft light of the coral towers. Sea turtles, whales, and glowing fish swam beside him. His dragons coiled through the water like living rainbows. He watched the surface world with gentle eyes, proud of how humans had learned to live in harmony with nature. At times, when storms rolled in from the sea, people would look out and see flashes of golden light beneath the waves. They would smile and whisper, "The Dragon King is near." The story of Long Vương is not only about power and majesty, it is about wisdom, balance, and compassion. The Dragon King teaches us that true strength lies in kindness, that those who protect life are the real rulers of the world. He reminds us that the sea, though vast and deep, is connected to every drop of rain, every stream, every life upon the earth. So when you hear thunder rumbling or rain gently falling on your window, remember the golden dragon who guards the seas and blesses the land. Remember Long Vương, the Dragon King, ruler of the waters, lord of dragons, and eternal friend of humankind.